I like to think that it's made us who we are as a team. We want people to see that. We want people to see that no matter what, we're going to give what we got for 40 minutes. And we're going to stick together doing it, and no one can come.
Yesterday wasn't just game day. It was camp day. The stands were packed with little kids in fever jerseys, wide-eyed and bouncing with energy, all desperate to get a glimpse, a photo, maybe even a high five. The arena had that surreal split-screen feeling. On one side, players locking in for battle. On the other, fans treating it like a festival. So how do you prepare to win when hundreds of tiny faces are tugging at your attention? It's a balance you've got to figure out, she said, voice calm but edged with experience. This fan base is new to a lot of us. And honestly, they're the best in the whole W. They show up everywhere. Home, away, doesn't matter. You've got to know when to dial in. But when you're not locked in, you take that moment to inspire. Look a kid in the eye. Say thanks to the parents for bringing them. Make them feel seen. That's part of being a pro. And what about how Caitlin handles it? She didn't even blink. No idea. You'll have to ask her. That girl's brain is different. The inconsistency problem, midway through the season, there's still this nagging shadow. Inconsistency. On the court. Off the court. The roster's been shuffled like a deck of cards. And chemistry is still a work in progress. What's the fix? She didn't sugarcoat it. When Kate was hurt, we found a rhythm. Our offense was clicking. But with her back, we have to build a whole new rhythm. She just changes the game that much. The talent is there. The potential is there. But potential means nothing if you can't make it real. We've got to go day by day, carry over what works, and keep our bodies and minds ready. 7 games in a week? That's a grind. And yeah, we're frustrated. We're still figuring out what's clicking and what's not. But we can control effort. We can control being the aggressors. We can crash the boards. We can make damn sure we're never outworked. Do that, and the offense will come. The role of the enforcer. When asked if grit and aggression were her personal responsibility, she didn't hesitate. Absolutely. Energy. Focus. That's my lane. Everyone's tired. That's the reality of the league, but that's part of being a pro. And honestly, we get to dribble an orange basketball for a living. That's a blessing. So yeah, we need perspective, but we also need fire. Tomorrow night, you're going to see a fight. We're pissed off now, and that's good. We need that edge. We should have had it yesterday. Credit to them, but tomorrow, we come swinging. We're out of time. Inside the fever's boiling point, the locker room still smelled like sweat and frustration. The Valkyries had just handed them a game that stung more than the scoreboard could show. Nobody was in the mood to pretend. They're a great team, she admitted. But it's not our standard. And honestly, we're running out of time. That's the truth. This needs to light a fire under our butts. And tomorrow, you better see the energy shift. Why the anger runs deep. Was this frustration just about last night? Or was it something building all season? She didn't hesitate. All of it. We have great spurts. And then nothing. Why are we not consistent? Why do we not click when it matters? Why do we deflate when another team goes on a run? This is the best league in the world. Runs are part of the game. It's not about stopping them from happening. It's about how you respond. That's my role. Keep us together. Rally the huddle. Flip the page to the next play. But yeah, we're still figuring it out. New roster. New chemistry. Hopefully this one sticks, because we don't have time to keep resetting. 2 different teams in one season. The conversation shifts to Caitlin. Injured back, injured again, back again. And what that's done to their identity. It's nobody's fault. No one wants to see anyone injured. But with her, we play one style. Without her, a completely different style. Honestly, it's like coaching 2 teams in the same season. But once we get rhythm with her in, We'll be dangerous. Thing is, we can't just keep saying it. At some point, you've got to put your money where your mouth is. 8 minutes of nothing, then there are the droughts. The kind that drag on for 8 minutes. No buckets. No rhythm. Just silence on the scoreboard. We're never going to shoot 30% again. We have too many weapons for that. But you can't explain it away. Sometimes you're just out of whack. At the end of the day, you've got to hit your shots, me included. Energy felt low, but we were still dialed in. That's progress. Tomorrow, though, we owe them. Hell, we owe everyone at this point. And when the shot isn't falling, you control what you can control. Defense, communication, effort. You flip that switch and make it ugly for them. The quiet star who's had enough. Kelsey Mitchell speaks. Kelsey Mitchell has been here long enough to recognize patterns. Long enough to know the difference between a loss and a lesson. Yesterday, that wasn't just a loss. That was a boat whooping, she said flatly. And you've got to treat it for what it is, a lesson. Look in the mirror. Be honest. Use it. Don't let it happen again. Sophie called the team pissed off. Mitchell smirked. Her words are her words. But yeah, there's agitation. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. This is fight or flight. And I like to think we're fighters. Pissed? Maybe. Ready to swing? Definitely. Atlanta awaits. And this time, they punch first. Atlanta's been a thorn all season. Every meeting, they've found a way to hurt the Fever. Tomorrow could be different. You turn the page, but you know they're coming for your head. Everybody is. So you punch first. I think we're tired of getting punched in the face. So tomorrow, we hit first, no matter what. The respect for playoff warriors, those droughts? Kelsey's been in them. She hates them. It sucks. And it makes you respect those playoff teams even more. Because when the game turns against you, the easy thing is to splinter. We did that a little. Can't happen anymore. We've missed too many opportunities already. From Brazil, with fire. Damiris Dantas returns. Damiris Dantas came back from national duty with Brazil not just refreshed, but recharged. Playing for Brazil is special. Always. I saw my family. My people came to Chile. 15 years I've worn that jersey, and every time is like a dream. It's who I am. She missed the Fever's preseason game against Brazil, and admits it stung. First time my team played against Brazil without me. I was sad, but I understand. An ankle injury during the tournament scared some, but Dantas brushed it off. Nothing crazy. Played the last 2 games. I feel good. Now back in Indiana, she's bringing her gold medal momentum with her. I had a good moment with the national team. Now I bring that energy here. Help my teammates. Stay together. Have fun. That's how we finish strong before All-Star. Flush it, fight back, and punch first. Inside the Fever's boiling point before Atlanta, the Fever's last game wasn't just a loss. It was a public gut punch. The locker room air still felt thick with what head coach Stephanie White later called a level of desperation. The kind where your season can turn or collapse in an instant. Aaliyah Boston didn't sugarcoat it. We have to flush that game completely, she said. It didn't go our way. We didn't execute on either end, and there's no time to sit in it. Every game's a lesson. This is about resilience, and Atlanta's coming in ready. We have to match that from the tip. The All-Star stage, and the weight of gratitude. Boston's face brightened only when the conversation shifted to her 3rd straight All-Star selection, and being named a starter again. It's a blessing I never take for granted, she said. The fans, the support, the doors God has opened for me. It's incredible. And having All-Star here in Indy? That's going to be electric. These fans show up for us every night. I can only imagine the noise when the whole league is in town. The noise will be extra sweet knowing she'll share the All-Star court with Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. When they named Caitlin a captain, I was in the back saying, "Pick me, pick me, pick me." She just laughed. Playing with her, and Kels again? Game Bridge is going to get a show. From Island Court to the W's biggest stage, the All-Star break, is one of the few times Boston allows herself to look back. To the court her father built for her and her sister. "My parents won't miss it," she smiled. "My mom asked my dad, and he said, 'Are you kidding me? We're going.'" I think about that little girl from the island, now playing on the biggest stage in the world. It's something I'll never take for granted. Signing autographs, then locking and balancing fan love with pre-game focus isn't easy. "I always sign a few in between warm-up and chapel," she explained. "People pay their money to be here. They're excited, and they fill the seats. You want to give that love back. Sometimes I have to run, but I tell them, I'm going to chapel. God's okay with it." Stephanie White. No margin for error. Head coach Stephanie White didn't hide her frustration after the Valkyries' loss. "We have to be better," she said. "Our attention to detail has to be better. We've got to stop waiting for someone else to do it. First things first, do your job." The consistency crisis. White's tone sharpened when the topic turned to the team's biggest flaw: consistency. "We haven't had it. Yesterday was the first time we had our full roster. We haven't had everyone in a practice in a long time. You can't just talk about consistency. You have to build it, in reps, in habits. And you can't regress to reteaching things from training camp." Reintegrating Caitlin Clark and Damiris Dantas into the lineup has added both promise and growing pains. It's about finding that rhythm again, knowing exactly where your teammate will be, trusting they've got your back, and playing with intentional effort. Pissed off, in the right way. Sophie Cunningham called the team pissed off. White didn't disagree. You can't get too high or too low, but there has to be urgency, desperation without panic. This league is too good. There's no margin for error. That desperation has to be in how we play every possession. Scouting Atlanta. Punch first. White's focus is crystal clear heading into the matchup. Handle their size. Make catches difficult. Take away their strengths. We'll live with certain shots, but not their first option. And finish plays. They're going to come for us. Everyone does. We have to punch first. The bigger stage. All-Star in Indy for White. Having All-Star weekend in Indiana is personal. This is basketball country. Whether you play or not, you live it here. High school gyms that feel like arenas. College rivalries that stop the state. And now the best women's players in the world coming here. It's another chance to show the pride we take in the game.